One of Time Magazine's top 100 most influential people in the world and one of today's leading voices in anti-racist literature introduces the new children's picture book, Magnolia Flower. I'm happy to have Dr. Ibram X. Kendi join us live this morning to tell us about this reimagining of a classic piece of African American folklore.
So Magnolia Flower is a love story that is told from a river to a dancing brook. The dancing brook is like comes up to the river and is like, tell me a love story. And the river is like, I don't want to. And eventually the river tells the story of Magnolia Flower. And it's this Afro-Indigenous girl who journeys and finds love.
And this short story was first published in 1925. How has Magnolia Flower been reimagined through this current children's picture book?
So the story of the river and the brook and their interaction is indicative of larger elements in Zora Neale Hurston's original short story, in which she really had the natural world in the story come to life. And so when I was adapting it for children, I really sought to emphasize those aspects of it, which I think Love is Wise, who they illustrated the book, really allowed those natural elements to really come to life.
Yeah, and why is it important to introduce kids to African American folklore and our history?
I just think it's important for us to introduce kids to the world that they're living in, and the people who are living in the world and their experiences and their folklore and their lives and their life stories. And I think that allows children to connect with people who look like them and live like them, and people who don't look like them and live like them. And I just think it's a beautiful thing also for kids to learn in child appropriate and friendly ways about history, as they would in Magnolia Flower.
Yeah, I think that's so needed, and I think it's great that you did this. And I had the chance to read this book, and the illustration is beautiful. Tell us about the importance of the imagery being portrayed in this story.
In many ways, this story is about love and Magnolia Flower's search and not being stopped from pursuing and achieving love. And it's also about the joy that comes along when she's able to gain that. And joy and love are beautiful. And the natural world, from rivers to brooks to leaning trees to flowers, magnolia flowers, are beautiful as well. And I think the illustrations that Love is Wise did, they really were able to capture this beauty.
Yeah, and what conversations do you hope this story encourages kids and adults to have with each other?
Oh, a whole host of stories, conversations about love, conversations about even slavery,
Yeah.
or even about Native Americans or Afro-Indigenous people, or even about brooks and rivers,
Hmm.
talking about people. I mean, there's so many different elements of the story that I think can prompt children to ask questions, because of course when their curiosity is excited, there's no better thing.
Yeah, agreed. Well, Dr. Kendi, thank you so much for talking to us about your book, Magnolia Flower, and I hope that there are plenty of children that get the opportunity to read it soon. You can get your own copy of Magnolia Flower wherever books are sold.